Jonji's one of those players that I think a lot of people are aware of. He's a highly emotional player. He's feeling the game like he pretty much feels unstoppable. He brings a lot to the team in terms of strategy and how he wants to play specifically in rounds, and I think it alleviates a lot of pressure off of Ben Lee, you know, when he doesn't have to call every single round off of spawn and he gets to play his own game as well. Ben Lee, as our IGL, easily one of the hardest working teammates I've ever had. Puts a lot of time in and out of the server, and he does a lot, I want to say, emotional support for the boys, you know, making sure that everybody's staying in the game and keeping morale up. Pone alone.
In the game, it's like he's a little kid. He's just running around, just always looking to kill everybody on the server, and he's a really good teammate to have. And outside the game, the same way, man. He's 30 years old, but it's like he's just a kid at heart, you know? He's a good guy, he's a good friend, and
he's literally just living his dream, playing a video game that he loves. He's one of those players that brings up everybody on an emotional level where you're having fun and you're not thinking about anything other than just making sure you're enjoying yourself.
DJ, he recently turned into our lurker, and he's just been adapting to how we are playing. And especially with Pete, it's been kind of different, but he's slotted in well, and he's a very hard worker.
Pete, he's one of those players that he sort of got like that brotherly love vibe. One of his favorite sayings, like if you're smiling, you're fragging. He tries to keep that mentality throughout every game, and it definitely helps us on like another level. So Munster is a type of coach that is doing 5 jobs at once. He spends a lot of time watching demos, preparing strategies, and providing as much information for us as he possibly can to make sure that going into each game, we have a good understanding of how our opponents are going to play and how we should be playing the games.
I would say we're unpredictable. So we try to make the teams have like a guessing game, basically, where they won't have info, and we just try to manipulate rotations and make them have a guessing game and just try to catch people off. And we feel like that's how our game is very good and has been developing over the past months very well.
So we got DJ Jonji, Ben Leet, Pone alone. I know that Ben Leet and Pone alone have been playing SoCal lands, but what is it about Dirty Peak Pete that we're not talking about here, Yanko?
He went pro in poker or something like that, right?
Crazy.
That's
what happened.
But he's been around for forever, right? Like his time in CLG, you know, in North America back in those early days, right?
Sort of Dignitas jersey on HLTV.
Heart and soul, brother, right?
Yeah, heart and soul, brother.